We have Debbie from Salt Lake City. She's LDS. Debbie, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hey.
We're not Mormons. We're the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and we believe in Christ. And what you put on your TV tonight is a bunch of bull. I don't know where you got it at, but you didn't get it at the Book of Mormon. So I'm telling you.
Debbie.
What?
How come your church calls itself the Mormon Tabernacle Choir?
Because it was named after the guy that wrote the Book of Mormon. But our church is called the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
I know, but they use the word Mormon, don't they?
Yeah, they use it, but that's not my point. My point is what you say that's in that Book of Mormon is not in there. I don't know where you get your information at.
Okay, what did I say tonight that was in the Book of Mormon that's not in there?
All of it. And I'll challenge you to it.
Well, you challenged me, but Debbie, we didn't even talk about the contents of the Book of Mormon tonight.
Well, what you said about things isn't so. Because I've been listening to you, and my husband's right here, and hey, we believe in Jesus Christ.
Well, I never said you didn't believe in a Jesus Christ, but your own prophet, Gordon B. Hinckley, said you do not believe in the traditional Christ. You do not believe in him. Gordon B. Hinckley said that. Now, what did he mean by that, Debbie?
As I know what you've been putting on your TV.
You can't
I'm sorry.
But you can't give me any examples. You can just come on and say, you know, I give you recitations, I show you where it's at, we give you graphics. I mean, no one ever calls me and says, this is a lie and here it is. All they say is, you are lying, you are deceptive, I've done my homework. But Debbie, I got to tell you, you haven't, honey. You just haven't. I was Mormon 40 years.
I'm her husband.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble now. And?
Joseph Smith is a prophet.
He is?
And the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is Jesus Christ Church.
Okay.
Restored again.
Okay.
Not redone, restored.
How do you know that, what's your name, Debbie's husband?
I'm her husband.
What's your name?
Todd.
Todd, how do you know this, and what do you base this restoration on? I like to look at the facts.
In the Bible, it said there would be a falling away. They crucified Jesus, they killed the apostles, and they apostatized.
Okay, well, you're talking about a reference where it says there will be a falling away first. That's in 1 Thessalonians, and it's talking about before the son of perdition is revealed. And there will be a falling away before the Antichrist comes. That's the context of that passage. You're using the Bible on me, but you don't even know the context, Todd, Troy.
It says in the Bible that before the last days there will be a falling away first.
And that man, the son of perdition, will be revealed. It's talking contextually about when the Antichrist comes. Jesus said, I will establish my church and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. Joseph said Jesus didn't do it right. Jesus failed in his ability to establish a church, therefore I am going to step forward and I am going to restore the church.
It restored the church directly under the direction of Jesus Christ.
Okay, well, all you're doing is spouting your beliefs.
Joseph Smith is as much of a prophet as Moses, as Peter, James, and John, as Elijah.
Okay.
Is just as much a prophet as they were.
Okay, Todd, can I ask you a question?
Joseph Smith is just as much a prophet as they were.
I got that from you. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why, as a prophet who is just like Moses and Elijah and Isaiah, how come Joseph Smith took teenage wives secretly, married them, bedded them down, and didn't tell his wife?
Well, that's hearsay. That's what.
No. Now you got a problem.
No,
now you've got a problem, Todd.
True.
Because it's not hearsay, my friend. It's documented in Sacred Loneliness by Todd Compton, one of your own LDS researchers.
Oh, no, Jesus Christ and God the Father appeared to Joseph Smith.
Okay.
And
we're not talking about that, but we'll get to that. Tell me, Todd.
The instrument in God's hands in restoring the church.
You're just sharing with me what you believe. How do you explain him hiding teenage brides from his wife?
Well, it's not a fact.
Okay, well then you have a problem there. Now let's go to your first vision claim that he saw God the Father in Jesus Christ. How come it wasn't until 1833 1833, we're talking 12 years, 13 years later, that the specifics start coming out about this vision that you are claiming he had, and they were very different from what you're saying.
Well, Joseph Smith told people about his vision right after he had it, and because
he didn't.
Was persecuted like crazy.
No, he didn't. No, he wasn't. You're just listening to what you've been taught.
Even though he was a 14-year-old boy, he was persecuted like crazy.
You're just regurgitating what you've been taught. You have not read. And this is the sick thing, but I am so glad we have a true believing Mormon here who's come on the air, and I feel for you. I love you because you are saying exactly what true believing Mormons will say. And, you know, Todd, I don't blame you, and your wife, Debbie, I know you're true believing. But the problem is everything you have talked about tonight is an absolute fabrication by your own church. Go to utlm.org and call me back next week and say, Sean, you were wrong.
If you can honestly read the Book of Mormon.
Okay, we're not talking about you're now testing.
If you can read the Book of Mormon.
Go look at your facts, Todd.
Pray about it honestly.
Okay.
I mean honestly, you'll find out it's true.
Todd, I know you believe all this, but let's stick to the facts, okay? Go to the facts about Joseph Smith. You said that wasn't a true thing about his wives. It's true.
He didn't do that.
He did do it. You go find out. Go to utlm.org.
Well, I tell you a fact is.
Todd, if you find out that's true, will you then search more?
No, I tell you a fact is God did institute polygamy in the Mormon church for a while. But because the United States outlawed it and the church believes in following the laws of the land, it was outlawed by the Mormon church in the late 1800s.
Oh boy, you know, that's a really nice story, but, you know, they didn't outlaw it. They wanted statehood, and it was against the law well before Joseph instituted it. It's one of the twins of barbarism.
They imprisoned all the leadership of the church because polygamy was practiced.
Okay, but let's get back to the point. You want to? That's a side issue, Todd. Your prophet, who you said was like unto Moses, secretly took teenage brides, and he kept them hidden from his wife.
We gotta go. We've had enough of your nonsense. Goodbye.
And the wife took over. All right.